Happy Thanksgiving if you're in Canada. I'm going to a friend's for Thanksgiving dinner. It's a casual dinner, so I'm wearing a casual look. I'm wearing these vegan leather pants and I've paired it with this kind of oversized sweater. I left the top of the sweater open just to give it more of an off the shoulder vibe. And I'm wearing my hair up in a high puff today. So yeah, that's the look. That's the look. I'm actually kind of running late as well, so let's go.
Yeah, you guys want to taste us? Yeah. You can all come grab a small piece of the porco.
Hey you guys, welcome back. Alright, so Thanksgiving was actually 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. But I still wanted to include that footage because I had such a good time. I met some really cool, amazing people and we had some really great conversations. I also had the most amazing pepper pot soup I've ever had in my life. To be fair though, I'm not sure if I've ever had pepper pot soup before, but anyway, it was delicious. So I definitely wanted to include that. Yeah, so big shout out to Sam and Mabel for inviting us. The food was delicious. Had a great time and I'm looking forward to the next one. Okay, so it's 2 weeks later, like I said, but today should be quite interesting. Today I'm going to the 2023 BFUTR Global Tech Summit, and this has been hosted by the Black Professionals in Tech Network. It should be really interesting. The agenda has a lineup of some really accomplished Black leaders in tech, and there is good representation from all the major banks here in Canada, so it should be quite insightful. There should be networking opportunities as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. It should be exciting. The event is taking place at the Beanfield Center in downtown Toronto, so I really need to get going. It's a whole hour and a half to get there, so I'm going to show you what I'm wearing and then I'm going to head out.
So at some point I had a MacBook when I was working at MasterCard and I ran out of space on that MacBook. And for whatever reason, me being as naive as I am and I don't know, maybe a little crazy, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna solve this particular problem, me running out of space on my personal computer. So I went home and I started to build what was actually a multi-million-dollar company by the name of BitCasa. So I invented a technology that allows you to basically stream information from the cloud in real time.
If I work hard to be where I am, I deserve to be there, regardless of what the color of my skin is. But unfortunately, other people did not feel that way. So it took a lot of years. We were talking backstage and a lot of us had actually experienced similar situations where we got to the point where we actually questioned whether or not we should still work here. We were looking to leave. We were going to quit. I've had instances where I was going to quit because I was so beaten up by the fact that I didn't have an alliance within the organization that supported who I was. even though certain people recognized it and I was receiving these promotions, others were making me feel, like I said, that I don't deserve to be at that table. So through partnerships, through allies, through mentorship, I was able to realize that I could be my authentic self, my badass authentic self. Badass. And that I deserve to be at that table. And, you know, I worked hard. I didn't receive any handouts. You know, I wasn't any part of any affirmative action. It was because I did the job and deserved to be at that table in that position. So, everybody especially those of you in the infancy stage of your career, if you ever feel like you have those naysayers and the negativity or people making you feel like you shouldn't be there, tune out that noise and be your authentic badass self, because you deserve to be there too. I don't know about you.
Hello vlog. So I'm here with Robin Kidd. He's a technology manager and a tool partner. And Robin and I are basically doing the Can you tell me exactly what it is that you were expecting to get out of this conference?
In all honesty, I had no expectations because I like to come to these conferences like with a blank slate, but I was sort of hoping to see exactly what I'm seeing now, which is a lot of black people in the same space, just talking about tech, networking, just broadening their horizon and so on. So it's been a really good conference so far.
Awesome. Any major takeaway that you want to share?
Yeah, so we got a chance to see a full panel of female tech professionals, VPs, directors, managers, and so on. And that for me was really encouraging because as a tech professional, I don't see many women in tech. And even worse, I don't see many black women in tech. So that was really encouraging to see. One of my key takeaways though was actually from one of the keynote speakers who spoke about his journey from St. Louis into Silicon Valley. And through his talk, all I heard was "we persevered," right? And that for me was extremely encouraging because at times as black tech professionals, we try so many things, right? And at times we might get through, at times we fail, but the times when we fail, we always feel so discouraged. You know, you send out so many job applications, so many interviews, and all you're hearing is no, no. And at times you might feel as if you're not good enough. So this hearing from somebody who has kind of gone through a similar path that we should persevere, that for me was absolutely encouraging. And it's a message that I can now pass on to the tech professionals who I'm here working with who are going through a similar struggle to get that job, especially for newcomers coming into Canada. So that for me was just one big takeaway. Don't quit, keep persevering.
Amazing. All right, thank you, Robin.
But when we were in the office full time, in the break rooms, in the hallways, especially in break rooms, I may see someone and say, "Hey, how you doing? What's your name? What do you do here?" You know, and so we start this conversation. It's no pressure. It's just conversation. I don't jump out and say, "Hey, can you be my mentor? Can you be my mentor?" You know, I don't jump out that way. It's just like I'm just having natural conversations. Curiosity. I want to understand. I'm not trying to get anything from you. I just want to understand who you are, what you do here. And then naturally that sort of progress into, "Hey, I have some questions for you. Can you help me out here?" And it develops into this mentorship process.
Hello friends, it's day 2 of the BFUTR 2023 Tech Conference. And I am so excited for day 2 because day 1 was amazing. So the major topic of discussion yesterday was, you may have guessed it, Gen AI. So it's generative AI this, Gen AI that. It's all about AI. So the message is Gen AI is really the future and it's important that you get on board. So it's been adopted in all the different industries. So it's important that you employ some sort of continuous learning to find out everything that's happening in this field. one of the things that he actually shared as well is that we're so concerned that Gen AI or AI is getting so smart or intelligent that it will take over our jobs and eventually kill us all. But some research was done that suggests that it takes the radiation that's emitted from all these supercomputers that's enabling all of this. It's more than, I don't know, 60 something cars emit in the space of a year. So it may not kill us as you expect, like, get smart enough and, kill us, but it might just fry us alive. I know, a little dire, but yeah, I guess it's important. So that just shows you how many opportunities there are, because now we need to look at Gen AI and how it's affecting climate change, so just something to think about. So we all know Python is a very popular data manipulation language. What they're saying as well is that maybe not look at Python now, but more look at prompt engineering, because that is where the focus will be. I mean, the data is already generated. How do you use this data, basically? It was really good to see how many Black women leaders there are in tech as well. They spoke to the fact that it's so important to be your authentic self. It's weird when you go in a room and you're the only one and you're just sticking out, but definitely embrace the fact that you're sticking out. So today I'm doing a simple dress down Friday vibes. I'm just wearing a button front white shirt, and I've paired that with some loose dad jeans and boots. So that's it. I need to go. So let's go. I'll talk to you guys later.
The future of AI is not set. Like, we have an immense amount of work that still needs to happen. I think specifically just looking at what big data actually means for us as a community, as Black tech engineers and as allies. I think there's a huge opportunity in how we represent in that data, how we represent in the modeling.
Determine if what you like to do, who you are as a person, just going to being a data scientist because everyone is doing it. Determine, okay, what do I like, and how can AI help me? If I want to be a producer, then I know I have to go in and learn the code, or I need to know how to regulate it. If I want to be a consumer, I want to be in finance. What are the use cases that I could use in my own finance journey or my own creativity journey? And then start to read about it. Don't just garbage in and garbage out, because you have to check for expertise. And also creativity, like I say, it's not more about how well can you do something, but how creative can you be in showing what you've done.
What's your inspiration and guidance to next generation?
I'm going to leverage that I'm sitting amongst like 4 really strong, smart women. So I would say my advice would be lean in where you can. So it's, lean in. We're at the start of this. We have an opportunity to set what the future of AI would look like. Black professionals, allies, lean in.
I advise all of you, there's a whole side, a business side of AI that definitely a lot of opportunities that a lot of you can get into. A lot of organizations are just trying to figure out, how does AI integrate with our business? And I think it's a lot of skills out here that you can learn. Lean into the technology. Don't be a spectator to the technology. Really learn how it works, because we're concerned about the workforce changing in the future. It really will come down to not AI replacing your job, but the person that has learned AI and mastered the skill that could be a risk of replacing your job. So definitely lean into the technology, explore the business side of technology, because there's a lot of opportunities out there.
I remember very vividly those days that I wanted to learn it all, because I knew I did not know it all. That hasn't changed, by the way. So I brought my curiosity, I brought my work ethic, and ability to solve problems to the job.
I'ma be on time. I'ma be on time. You see, time moves and fills us Black women with infinite possibilities.
So my expectations, great question. So I expected to learn from leaders a lot about different technology trends and topics. I'm in cybersecurity, so that's personally very fascinating to me. And I also expected that I would hear a lot about different leaders' stories, about how they came to be where they are, what are some of the biggest challenges and roadblocks they've faced on their way to leadership, and also what companies are looking towards in terms of emerging technology trends and topics.
Awesome. Thanks, Cassie. What would you say is your biggest takeaway?
Right. There's so many great takeaways from the event, but I loved when one speaker said, we're not here to match the energy, we're here to transform the atmosphere. Absolutely love that, because every interaction that you have is an opportunity to inspire someone, and you never know what a conversation might lead to. And a lot of times at work, it almost feels like, you'll say hi to someone, you'll meet someone in the morning, and you'll almost match their energy, but we have so much to give. I personally feel like I have so much to give. So to be able to think, I'm not going to match the energy, but I'm going to actually be in this space, and I'm going to take up space. I'm not going to be afraid to be my authentic self. I think that was one of the biggest takeaways from the event.
Amazing. I love that. And I love that speech as well. Thanks a lot, Cassie.
No problem. Take care.
Appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Please welcome. Get your cameras up. Get your cameras up. Get your cameras up. Get your cameras up. All the way in the back. Please welcome to the stage the one and only Ludacris.
Y'all ready? I see something. Okay. How y'all feeling tonight though? You feel good? Like my 20-inch ride, 20-inch thighs, big 20-inch eyes, hope American 20-inch thighs. When I say actor, y'all say fool. Actor, actor. When I say actor, y'all say fool. Actor, actor. Oh, you just came home, doing a bid. Tell me what you gonna do.
Good morning, guys. I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to hop on here and just close the vlog out and do a recap of the BFUTR 2023 Global Tech event now that it's over. So yeah, it was, as expected, a really good event. It was very inspiring and quite insightful, as they intended, I'm sure. But yesterday, just to wrap up day 2, again, the major topic of discussion was generative AI and big data. AI is here to stay. There were discussions about AI in different fields, AI in the field of medicine, in teaching, in sales. So I guess you need to get on the AI train. Yeah, so one of the speakers actually spoke to the expectation that in the future we could see a shift from the need for knowledge workers and more for people who can actually decipher and apply this data that's now abundantly available through the use of AI, right? So, I don't know, we need to, you need to get on board if your intention is to get into IT, I think. Or even if you're already in IT. There was also a big discussion around personal brand and just understanding your worth, which I think ties back to the previous discussion around just being your authentic self and being in an environment where you can actually be your authentic self, because I guess it's a lot easier for you to showcase your skills and build that brand. So It was extremely insightful, and I'm so happy that I was able to attend. I also stressed the importance of networking and the importance of having a coach, a mentor, and an advocate. I think sometimes we just assume that our coach would advocate or mentor would advocate on our behalf, which is sometimes not the case. So yeah, if you really want to progress in your career, it's important that you have those people behind you. Also met some really cool people as well, just people doing really interesting things, podcasts, people building apps. So that was really cool as well, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to connect in the future. At the end, there was a whole rap concert. So Ludacris was there, and he has some really good hits. So the after party was popping. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. My only regret though is that I didn't capture a lot of the fashion, because honestly there were some really good looks. Oh my gosh, like the guys especially, they're really turned up. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't really capture that aspect of the event, but overall it was amazing. And now that I know, next year I will be sure, well, next year if I actually attend, I'll be sure to capture that for you guys. I'm really hoping that you like this vlog. I thought it was a really interesting one. So if you like this vlog, be sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't, and come back for more. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.